afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Yes, well, I'm finished off these. What I'm going to do now is just show you how I finish off these ramikins. Let me put the overhead light on here, and so we're just going to bring the camera a little bit closer, and now when you've thrown some pots like this, they may need to be made round, and you know, when you're lifting a pot off of the wheel, it very often slightly goes out of shape, doesn't it? And you know, I said yesterday we give it a little joggle underneath and it sort of makes it go back to round. Well, it may not go back completely round. So how do we go about making it round? Well, what we're going to do is, excuse me, I've got to go under here. I'm going to show you how to quickly do that. So what you're going to need is something like a GP bowl, and this is just one from that's already been fired. It's not glazed on the outside. Okay, so what we want to do is take this GP bowl and just press it lightly into the top of into the mouth of the ramekin. Now if you just wet it a little bit like this, it won't stick. Okay, so you can see it's a very simple operation. Just going down the board, just lightly pushing this into the mouth of the ramekin, and that is going to cause it to become round again. All right. What you need to do, and you can make something like this for your own studio. You see, you can take a shape that is very slightly tapering like this, and just give it a little push. And you need to do this at the right moment in time. You don't want it to be doing this when these are too dry, obviously, because that's just going to result in them cracking. So you have to catch them just at that right moment, just when the clay it's like leather hard, and it's going to be now good for doing this. Okay, so having done that, all right, what I'm trying to teach here is this is a general thing that you can apply, you see, to lots of different things that you make. These could be, for example, coffee mugs. You may have already put the handle on and they're all on the board, so the last thing you're going to do to them is you're going to get a rounder and you're going to just push it into the mouth of the coffee mugs, make them round. Okay, so having done that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take a clean board, okay, and make sure your wear boards are clean. Make sure even better, make sure you've actually got wear boards, because lots of places I noticed people don't use wear boards, and you really should use wear boards, because wear boards are going to teach you to make numbers, quantity. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to put these upside down, you see, on the clean wear board. Now it is important that you have a clean wear board, because if you've got a wear board that's got, like this one over here, lots of sort of dry bits of clay on. Obviously, when you put it face down, it's going to leave a mark, isn't it, on the lip of the pot. So just try and fit them on like that. The wearboard that's dirty, we're going to clean it. And then we can put this wearboard, either stack it back in with the rest of them, or I'll put it there. All right. So what do we do now? We still in the picture? Yeah. Okay. Well, what we're going to do now is we're just going to use a damp sponge, and we're going to we're going to thumb these off, you see. You just go down the board like this, using your thumbs just to go over the corner. All right, and that's of course where having that bevel, as you heard me say about 510 times, put that bevel on the corner when you throw it, because now is when you say, "Thank you, Simon, that was a brilliant idea." No, actually, it wasn't my idea. I learnt it from somebody else who taught me it. But I see the sense in it, as I hope you do. Because you see, it enables us to quickly finish these pots. Now, a lot of potters would be putting these back on the wheel, they would be trimming them, you know, and you know, we'd be here till tea time, wouldn't we? And they wouldn't be finished. So, I'm trying to show you how to do this quickly and efficiently. All right, so now that they're down like that. All right, what we can do is, if you have a personal seal, well, now's a good time to. They're right ready, aren't they? Here's something that I do. I don't know if you can see this. Maybe you can't, but you know, when you have a personal seal, every time you're going to use it to seal a pot, you want to make sure that it's the right way up, you know. And sometimes it's, you know, you've got to look at it just to see how the configuration of the lettering and how it is, because you want to put it in a certain way. You just don't want to just smack it on there like it doesn't matter. So what I do is I have a black dot, all right. There's a black dot here on one side of this seal. Now this seal is actually square, so, or slightly rectangular maybe. So I have a black dot on the top, so I know always when I'm sealing to have that black dot facing to me. Alright, same on this one, I have a black dot on that side because I know that's the right way to apply the seal. So, using these seals, all I'm just going to do, I'm just going to press the seal into the heel of the pot, like when you seal a pot. Alright, don't seal it right there smack in the middle, because that's probably the thinnest part. That's probably the thinnest part there right in the middle, so you don't want to put the seal there in the middle. It's preferable to use the seal and put it either on the base, or you can seal on the side of the pot close to the base. But at that point, that is probably where the clay is the thickest. So that's actually a good place to put your seal, to put your mark, you see. Maybe you say, well, Simon, I don't use a seal, I just scratch my name on the bottom, or I scribble my name with some iron oxide. Well, that's fine if you want to do it like that. I personally don't like it. I don't know, I just sort of look, to me it doesn't look very, I think I like the look of a seal. It's something about it that looks more finished off, you see. Now, here's another tip. When you seal your pot, all right, you've got your seal here. When you seal your pot, don't just push it in. What you need to do is place the seal and then sort of wriggle the seal a little bit. It gets the impression of the seal, the clay, gets a better impression like that than just simply pushing like that. You need to push it and then just give it a little rock the seal a little bit, you see, in the clay. So much to say, isn't there, about such simple things, but they're all important things, aren't they? They all make up the whole. Now, another thing is, what can happen when you're sealing your pots is the seal, if you're a bit heavy-handed with the seal will depress the clay, and you'll look on the inside of the pot and you will see, as it were, the impression has gone through and left a little raised area there, you see. Now that's something you need to take into consideration, isn't it? Depending on how lightly or how firmly you push that seal, it may or may not leave a little mark, a little, like some of these have done that. Some of these are actually quite soft in the base, because these ones were, in fact, I'm actually finishing off the last batch that I did, not the first. I've got the other ones under plastic over there. I should have really done those first, but I didn't. I did these, and these are just slightly softer. They're okay though. They're at the right point, really. I'm just going down the line, you see. I'm just checking these. These are all the little things, you see, that make up, well, at least what I believe is good craftsmanship, you know. Now, some people are a bit more sloppy than others, and other people are very precise. We're all different by nature. Anyway, I like to I'm actually not too precise. I'm a little bit slapdash, although you may not think so, but I am a bit. Okay, so because I've got these pots on a wear board, it makes it easy for me to transfer them, you see, to to the racking there. Alright, so now again, now these ones I have already rounded these. I did these ones last night, you see, before bed, because I was worried. Now here's something to watch out for. You see the board is, if you take pots from just one end of a wear board, if you're not careful, you're not thinking, you know, you're not concentrating. So try to take them from both ends if you can, and then the board doesn't overbalance. Sometimes I've had a whole load of pots crash on the floor because I was talking too much. Okay, so there's a dirty board. Alright, now we're going to give that a wipe down, you see. See, if you get into little habits like this, like when the board is finished, instead of just putting it down now dirty, because then you forget to clean it, and then the next time you go to get a board, you've got to clean it before you use it, you see. And okay, you can do that, but it may not be something you particularly want to do, to have to clean off a dirty board first thing in the morning, because you may not even want to be, you may not feel like you want to be there making pots, but you know, you've got orders to make, so having a dirty board to look at is just, it isn't cool, is it? So clean them off. Oh, what am I doing? I actually need that board here, don't I? Oh no I don't, I've already transferred them. What am I doing? So again, very quickly, and it does help if you have a damp sponge at hand, you see, to do this. And at the same time as doing this, if you notice any little spot or blemish, you can address that as well at the same time. Now if you get into the habit of working like this, I mean, of course it goes without saying that the first thing you're going to have to do is learn to throw the pots so that they are the correct weight, they're correct, you know, they're thrown finished. So you've got to get your throwing to a state where you can do that, where you're not throwing them extra thick and then thinking, oh well, it doesn't matter that I throw them thick because I'm going to trim them. You know, and some places teach you that every pot should be trimmed. Well, that's a load of baloney for a start. Trust me. So, get into this habit and learn to throw a little bit thinner, make your clay go a little further, get them to the right size, bevel the bases, and do what I'm showing you to do here. And you'll cut down your time. You're making time enormously, and you'll be able to achieve more, you see. So rock the seal, put the seal at the place of the thickest amount of clay. Don't press too hard or you will leave a raised mark on the inside of the pot, which you don't want. think I made 46 of these yesterday morning. Well, I mean, it didn't take me all morning to make them, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, over the course of the morning yesterday I made 46. Okay, so I've got another board to do there, and I'll finish them off. You don't need to see me do another board. What? Another board, Simon? One is enough. But you know what? With these, with this shape, you see, they can go face to face like this. I'm talking about in the glaze firing, and you can fire them like that. Now, I mean face to face because that doesn't mean you can then glaze them all over, you see. These are only glazed on the inside, these pots. The outside is unglazed. It's just lightly sprayed with some wood ash. Okay? So you can build up a stack of these. You could probably go, depending on the height of the space in your kiln and the shelf and your kiln prop. You could safely go up to that height, and then when they come out of the kiln, you can just they'll be stuck together when they come out. But you just take a piece of wood and just tap them, and they'll just break in two, and they'll be fine. So that's it. Nothing more to say. Now we just have to go away and do and make. So, Simon Leach saying, keep practicing, keep learning, keep doing. And yeah, I got a good saying for you. Not my own saying, but I got it from somewhere. But I thought it was rather good. Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn. I thought that was a good little saying. Okay, we'll see you in the next clip. Bye bye.